What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me? Trying to get this stream to work, man. YouTube is flipping out on me. You guys can hear me, right? Yep. Yep. Cool. All right. Let me share this in the Facebook group really quick, and then we will get started. So this won't be too long of a stream, but I haven't streamed in a while on YouTube, so figured I should. All right, I'm sharing it right now, so give me a bit of time. Let me know if it's kind of choppy. I'm not sure why. Every time I hop on YouTube Live, it gets really choppy. Let's see. So just let me know. Hmm. Is it choppy? Is it good? Are we good? Hmm. Says my live is pretty bad right now. Reload it. Video output is low. All right, I'm trying to figure out. It's saying my video output is low. So I mean, you guys experiencing like choppiness or whatever? If you guys are, I'm gonna have to restart it because I don't want it to be choppy for you guys. All right. Well, it's all good, I guess. We're gonna wait for about 30 more seconds to get started, and we will get going. Looks at least 360. I was hoping for 480 at least. Garrett. Who we got in here? DJ, what's going on? Quality plays, what's going on? Let's get social. Info from Brooklyn, New York. Nice. Muhammad, what's up? Did I miss anybody? Nope, I think I'm good. All right, if you guys are ready, press one in the chat if you guys are ready to get this thing started. Who's ready? Who's ready? Muhammad's ready. No one else is ready? All right. All right, well, I guess one person's ready. We'll get started. Um, so you guys see the title of the live. This consistency is key, and I want to talk about why it's important to be consistent. Um, when flipping phones, when doing pretty much anything in life, if you want to become successful at something, you got to be consistent. That's a given right there. But when it comes to phones and getting phones, I get a lot of messages from you guys, and answering, from YouTube, from my eBay phone flipping group, and even my personal page. One thing that I'm, always getting is, hey, I'm not able to get phones. I can't get as many phones. Why am I not getting phones? Why am I not getting calls? Why isn't anybody responding to my ads? You know, and the whole thing that I understand or get from you guys when I ask, hey, how many ads are you posting, or how often are you posting, and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, they're posting maybe once every 3 or 4 days, twice a week. Um, just not enough. You guys can't expect to get a bunch of phones if you're not putting in the work to get these phones. When it comes to ads, you guys have to be consistent with that. You guys have to, you know, be willing to wake up in the morning, whatever, if you have school, if you have work, whatever you have, it takes less than 5 minutes to make ads. So you wake up right before you leave, create those ads on those different platforms, and you're good to go. If you can do that every day, then you can become successful at this. But if you are somebody who, posts one ad on Craigslist, one ad on OfferUp, one ad on Facebook Marketplace, and, you know, leave it to be for 3 or 4 days, then you cannot expect to be picking up 3 or 4 phones a day. You cannot expect to be, doing what you guys see others are doing, because they're putting in that work. For me, this is my job. I have to do this. And it's once you get going, it's going to become um some, like, second nature. It's going to become second nature for you to wake up and post ads. You're not even going to think about it. It's like using the bathroom. You're not going to think about it. You're just going to do it. So you guys, it's a must if you want to, do this and pick up tons of phones and make, $3,000 profit plus a month. You have to be consistent. You know, another thing that I see is, a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to spam. I don't want to become a spammer and get blocked. The key to that is, I'm not saying get up and post 30 ads at that one time. But when I say get up and post an ad, I'm saying one ad on each platform. So, there's different platforms. There's Facebook, Craigslist, OfferUp, stuff like that. Don't just post 20 ads on Facebook. Yeah, you will get blocked by doing that. But post one on each platform, and you know if you post one and it's getting a lot of hits on it, you know wait for a bit and then post another one the next day when you wake up. Because a lot of people are posting on these platforms, so your ad might be good. It might be good that first 20 hours, and then it just dies out because all these other people who are posting, your ads drop to the bottom because they're posting. So you have to keep the ad at the top. So usually, for the most part, your ad's gonna stay up a day. At the top, it's gonna be at its highest potential at the top for a day, and then that next day, that's why you post the next one. Because then if you don't, your ad is just dropping. Every day is gonna drop. So if you don't post in 4 days and you wonder why you don't get a phone in 3 days, then that's why, because you're at way at the bottom, and not everybody scrolls, through different pages of listings. So guys, keep that in mind. Um, what else? With anything as far as consistency, it doesn't have to just be with phone flipping. You guys are always here. Practice makes perfect. Um, things of that nature. If you think, Michael Jordan, for example, if Michael Jordan wasn't consistent in in his game, then he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. He wouldn't be the Michael Jordan we know, because if he was like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot on Monday, then I'll wait, until Thursday to shoot, and then I'll shoot on Sunday. He doesn't do that. He's consistent, shooting every day. He's making it repetitive to the point where he's getting better at it. So if you guys are constantly, listing and dealing with negotiating over text and getting calls and negotiating through calls, you guys are gonna get better at it. You know, a lot of people who I talk to, who are in my course, who have seen my YouTube videos or just started looking at my YouTube videos, they said, "Hey, look, on Monday didn't get any phones. Tuesday didn't get any phones. I bought my first phone on Thursday, but at the same time they listed every day. It took them a couple days to get going, but they're getting better. The more people you talk to via text, you know how to put your words together to make them say yeah. Different techniques that work. So if you do post and you get, somebody to say yes to your offer, you keep that in mind. This is what I did to get them to say yeah. So next time, when I get a message, I can use that same technique. That is why it's important. That's why it's important to stay on it. And I'm not saying, not everybody takes this as serious as I do, because if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be living in this house. I probably would be homeless, um, or I have to go find a job. But this is what it is. This is what I do, and that's why I take it so serious. That's why, you know, if you message me about doing this, if you want to do this, I'm not gonna just say, yeah, it's for everybody. You have to be willing to be consistent. You have to be willing to put in the work. And I'm up sometimes at 3 a.m. answering people's messages. That's just what it is. That's just part of the business. But you got to be consistent, guys. I can't stress that enough. I don't want to, go over any more as far as that. But if you're not getting any messages, post another ad. Post another ad, because 9 times out of 10, that ad has dropped to the bottom. Most likely, when you post, you're gonna get some hits. If you're not getting hits, then it's either your ad is not good, or you're posting. You're not inconsistent with your posting, and you're posting every 5 to 6 days. Um, so that's on you. But to become successful at this, like I said, if you want to make $3,000 and up in profit doing this, you have to be consistent. There's no other way around it. There's no shortcuts in this. This is definitely not a get rich quick scheme. I always, see people who message me and say, "Hey, I got $100. You think I can get to it? 5,000 by next week?" It's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time. It's business. Some people have to deal with PayPal. Um, but at the same time, if you're consistent with it throughout the process, if you stop and you're not motivated because your money's on hold, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Why not post ads and and set them up for a different date. You can say, all right, look, I don't get my money until tomorrow. I can meet these people tomorrow. Some people want to meet you today, but say, hey, look, I'm kind of booked today. I can meet you tomorrow. And once you get that money, you can make the deal. But if you're just like, all right, I don't have any money left, um, I'm not going to post, then that's on you. That's on you. You know. Yeah. So that's what it is. Let me read some of you guys' comments. The Borshman says, I dropped off 5 phones at the post office around 10, and they still have not scanned or updated the tracking numbers for all of them. All right. So the Bushman, I just made a video about this yesterday about, not just tossing your packages on the desk or table or wherever you guys are putting them on in the post office. Stand in line and have them scanned because the post office, like I said, will ruin your business. If your shipping is one day and you just throw them in there and they don't get scanned to the next day, that's that's not, you don't have any control over that. You want to be able to control as much as you can. So that's why I stay in line and just have them scan them. Once they scan them in, I get my receipt and go. It might take longer. If your post office is, it has a long line, but it's worth it in the long run because, like the Borsman is saying, it's the tracking numbers aren't getting updated. So yeah. Um, and then another quick tip on that: ship via eBay. If you're selling on eBay, you could ship. You could print out the shipping label on eBay, so it'll automatically give you that tracker number. So that's also a good option. Next question: how do you feel about paying Craigslist for ad placement? Honestly, I don't see any point in it. For me, I'm not about paying for advertisement. I'll pay for my Facebook page to get likes, and people in my area to see it. But as far as the advertisements for getting the phones, I don't think it's necessary. I've been doing this for 7 years. I've never paid for an ad. Never. Well, take that back. I tried a Facebook ad for a week and it did not work, and I paid for it. But for the most part, everything has been free. You got all these free platforms. No need to pay for them. And as far as ad placement, that's where consistency comes into play. Um, for Craigslist, definitely, because people post on Craigslist all the time. So you post at 8 a.m. on Craigslist, then you post at noon, then you post at 6 p.m. There you go. That's it. That's your ad placement right there. You're keeping that ad at the top. So I don't pay for ads at all. Uh, do you buy phones off eBay or do you just sell them? A little bit of both. I've depends on the deal. I've bought a couple phones on eBay before. Let me see. But for the most part, I'm buying them locally. But I do have a couple videos for people who, like people who don't have transportation or anything. They can just have those phones being sent to them via eBay deals. You can go to eBay deals, and sometimes they have a couple deals where you can make like $50 off of each phone. So I do have a channel excuse me, a video on the channel that you can check out. Uh, Next question. Keep those questions coming, guys. I guess we'll just finish this off with a Q&A for the next 10 minutes. But anyways, um, so would I just ask them to scan it and give me a receipt? Yeah. So I usually just ship on eBay, ship through eBay. They're gonna give you the tracking number and the label. I'm paying less than $3 for this. Tape it onto the package and then hand it to them. Say, hey, I just want to get these scanned in. They'll scan them, and then that's when you're good to go. Once they scan them, you're good to go. Depending on your handling time, mine is 1 day, so I have to ship ASAP. Depending on your handling time, um, you want to be able to get them scanned, in a timely manner. Let me see. Any more questions? Keep those questions going, guys. We got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Uh, I have the tracking number. It just hasn't been scanned yet, and it's been over 24 hours. Yeah. Yeah. That all comes down to get to them, I guess. It should usually sometimes it's late when uploading tracking. Sometimes post office is pretty late, but usually it does update at 24 hours. So if it's been a little bit over 24 hours, um, you could call or or go down there and see what's up. But as far as that, I don't know. They usually Mine's usually uploads in less than 24 hours. So yeah, get that checked out. More questions? Any more questions? I'm answering. I'm answering some messages. Wouldn't be worried normally, but this is for 5 phones worth over $1,000. Well, I mean, if you got insurance on, hopefully you did insurance. Please tell me you had insurance if if everything was over $1,000. Luke goes, what sells better, iPhones or Samsungs? For me, iPhones definitely sell quicker than Samsung. I do like Samsung due to the fact that um, they're pretty cheap to unlock. If I wanted to unlock them, they're pretty cheap to unlock. And yeah, that's probably the the only good side of selling like Samsung. I mean, they're good phones to sell. I sell them all the time. Actually just bought a S7, the box and everything. But iPhones. Everybody wants iPhones, and they just sell a little bit better. Do you put anything in the bubble mailer envelopes with the phones when you ship them to the buyer? Yeah, well, I usually wrap the phone up. You got to make it to where it's protected and put them in the bubble mailer. I've never had an issue with bubble mailer at all. I've never had any issues with any buyers saying, hey, the package was ruined, the phone was damaged. Never had any issues. So I like to keep it simple. I know people who are kind of um, I guess you can call it OCD when they just have to wrap it up like crazy and throw it in a box because they are afraid that it's going to get damaged. But for me, I like to keep it simple. Like I said, I pay under $3 in shipping, never had an issue. So that's it. Only one of them was over 400, and I got insurance on that one. I mean, it was around 1,000 altogether. All right, well that's good. That's good. I mean, I'd give it a little more time. Give it another day, and then if it's not uploaded in the next 24 hours, then I'd probably you know get them to track it. You never know. They probably it could have been a lot of things that happen. Sometimes the post office is a bit iffy. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just they just go over your package and don't even and just forget about it. So that's happened to me before. I've had it to the point where it was a week one time and the package was still at the post office that I shipped it off. Somebody had put it on a different shelf and didn't get shipped for a week. So check that out. What category do you post your ads in on Craigslist? Any category that they allow me to. Sometimes you're gonna get your listings flagged. Some people flag them for spam or whatever, but I try to put them in as many different categories as I can. I don't try to stick to one category, only because I feel like if people go to the cell phone section or the wanted section, they're going to see your same ad. Sometimes people just overlook it because they're used to seeing your ad. So if you got them in different categories where they're kind of unexpected to see an ad buying phones, then it's gonna kind of stand out. You go to the video game section and you see somebody's buying phones that stands out. So keep that in mind. What's going on, John? Maroon Five. What's up? What's up? A couple more minutes to answer some phone. Excuse me, not phones. Answer some questions. Um, let me see. Do you repair any phones yourself, or do you sell them? How you buy them? I don't repair at all. The only repair I've ever done, I kid you guys, I kid you not. The only repair that I've ever done was replace a camera on a Galaxy. That was it. I don't like to repair. Um, to me, it's frustrating to me. I tried it a couple times. To me, it's just frustrating. And then, I'm all about quick flips. I like the money flowing. I don't like. I mean, it's good to have screens and doing that, and then but you have to wait. You have to like wait a lot longer to flip a used phone than a cracked screen phone, in my opinion. So I like quick flips, and I just like the money going, flowing in. And you always have to have inventory on you. You have to have at least two or three screens of each model. So it just takes a little bit longer. If you don't have screens on hand and you get an iPhone 6, you have to order that iPhone 6, wait 4 or 5 days for it to get there, then do the repair, and then list it on. It's just time consuming for me. Um, and in reality, on eBay, if you're gonna do this on eBay, you're not getting much of a difference in profit. It's a little bit of profit, but not much. That's why I highly suggest people repair. If you're gonna repair and flip locally because those eBay fees are gonna kill your profit anyway. How do you decide which phones you want to sell locally? I try to get the used phones, just the used ones. If they're bad, yes, saying I'll sell them on eBay, but I'll throw them on Marketplace and Craigslist and offer up the used good condition ones ready to go, clean as sins. I throw those on um, local different platforms. Uh, but sometimes I'll have them on both and just see the activity on each one. But usually I'm doing a little more local, just to get my brand kind of out there, my local service brand out. So I'm posting them on my page and getting that out there. So a little bit more local for used phones. So do you avoid iCloud lock or faulty phones? Um, as far as iCloud, this is what I tell people. So iCloud is like this. That's the risk you're gonna take to buy an iCloud phone. Um, I know people who buy them. I have buyers who send iCloud International and they unlock them and do all that stuff. Um, but for beginners, people who are just starting, I say avoid iCloud. Avoid iCloud. When I first started, iCloud wasn't even out. And I bought my first iCloud lock phone because I didn't know that it was a thing. So there's a lot of phones out there. You don't need to buy iCloud lock phones, even faulty phones. What I mean by faulty phones, I mean if it has multiple issues, bad battery, bad screen, buttons don't work. I don't buy phones like that. Um, because I don't repair. I don't. People who repair, they'll buy them. But I just don't have time to deal with figuring out what is wrong with a phone with multiple issues. Um, how do you check if the phone is financed? You have to check on the sites. When you meet people to buy their phones, do you meet them in your car or outside somewhere? No, I meet them in Starbucks. So when I first started, when I was 18, first started, I was kind of I wasn't too smart when it came to safety. I met people wherever, but now past couple years, I've just been meeting in Starbucks. Meeting in Starbucks, they have Wi-Fi. Everybody likes Starbucks. Um, you know, and it's cool. It's a good atmosphere. People feel safe in Starbucks, so I keep it too. Do you only advertise on Craigslist? No, I advertise on all the platforms. Last couple questions. We're going on 31 minutes, and I have to be somewhere. Um, I gotta buy some phones, man. I got about 7 messages since we started this live, so I gotta get those. How do you find the IMEI on the 6S if you don't have the original box or it's not on the SIM tray? You could check the settings. Check the settings. Settings general about. Last question. Have you been scammed? I've never been. I mean, as far as like, I've never fell for a scam. In the past, I've had times where, um, somebody asked for a refund on something that they claimed that didn't work, and I knew for a fact it worked. And I, accepted the return and got the phone back, and it worked. So I don't know if that's considered like, they tried, I guess, scam me by having me refund them before they sent the phone. So I guess it was an attempted scam. Um, but I've never. I mean, I'm usually pretty up to date on these new scams and these new things. There's one scam that's going on. I'm gonna tell you guys this before I get off. There's one scam that is going on eBay, like, and this is what it is. So you'll sell a phone. The scammer will message you and say, "Hey, I have I've just purchased your phone. Um, my parents are sick. My dad is sick, and this is a real scam." And they say, "My dad is sick. Can you send it to this address?" So whenever time you get a message like that, check the eBay ID, the user ID. It's not the same person. They want you to send that phone to them so they can scam you. So that's one scam that I will tell you guys about, and that's been going on. I've been seeing it a lot in my Facebook group. So for those who are not in the Facebook group, that's a scam. Do not send to a different address unless it's the address on file. So that is what it is, guys. It's going on 35 minutes. Appreciate everybody for watching and for staying with me. I haven't been uploading too much on doing the live videos. Just been having tons of issues with YouTube. I'm glad we kind of got this one going. But I will see you guys in the next video. And I think the next video I'm gonna upload how to turn 20 into $1,000. So stay tuned for that, guys.